So you got cut. It sucks. It's nothing that any coaches really enjoy having to do. Obviously, it's nothing that any players enjoy having to go through either. It's one of those things where it feels like it only happens to you, and it feels like that there's really nothing else that you can think of, nothing really else that you could want than to be on the team with your friends, to be a part of that community, be able to wear your school across your chest, be able to be in, the pep assembly for the spring, and it sucks. It really does. But like I said, it happens to more people than you think, and it's one of those where this doesn't have to be the end of your career. Your high school does not dictate what you do in the sense of training, in the sense of where you go to college. If college is still something that you want, the amount of athletes that I've trained with that have been cut yet still moved on to play college baseball, it's more than a lot of people think. Again, with your high school, you're only going to look to play 20-ish games in the spring. And that's if, a lot of them don't get rained out or whatnot. Your high school season really doesn't matter that much. Is it, if you had the choice, would you look to play for your high school? Yeah, most people are in that situation. Is it one of those where you have to play for your high school? No, not really. The idea that you have to play for your high school in order to get recruited is a very old style way of thinking. It's one of those where there was a poll put out not too long ago where college coaches ended up putting in their answers of where do you find most of your athletes? And the top choice was word of mouth from other coaches. The next one was actually social media. And I know a lot of people are going to freak out about this and, oh, no way. Rah, rah, rah. If you are someone who is able to keep pushing, if you're someone who is able to understand the lows is what make the highs so high, you're going to be wanting and willing to still put in the work, the time, the energy, the effort it takes to reach your goal. There's going to be a lot of people in this space that tell you you're not good enough or don't allow you to continue on with your dream. But there's a good thing that it's your dream and not theirs. So if you allow them to stop your dream, to play college baseball, to possibly play for professional, that's your decision. If you say, screw this, I'm going to keep going, you're able to do that. You are able to continue your career without the necessity of your high school team or some summer ball travel team, whatever it is. What you want to accomplish with your life is not dictated by one person, two people, three people, however many. It's your life. You get to be the driver. You get to dictate what happens and what goes on. There are a lot of very famous athletes that have actually been cut from their high school or even before that. And the really famous one that everyone thinks of is Michael Jordan. There's actually a lot more athletes that have been cut in their high school time. And it's one of those, again, where you get to dictate your career. If you want to keep pushing, if you want to keep working, this is actually just going to give you more time to focus on the things that you need to focus on. For some, this is going to be a wake-up call. For others, this is going to be where they hang up the phone. For anyone that I work with, I really hope this is a wake-up call rather than hanging up the phone. So I may butcher some of these names, but I'm going to go through a list from Bleacher Report of athletes that have been cut in high school or before that ended up making a pretty good living doing the thing that they call a sport. Mark Bueller, hope I said that right, played for Toronto. He actually ended up getting cut in high school and ended up having a 3.8 ERA and had a record of 198 wins and 152 losses. Carmelo Anthony actually was cut in high school as well. Oral Hersher, got cut in high school and his college team. Lionel Messi, he ended up getting cut off of his 11-year-old soccer team. Bob Cousy got cut in high school basketball. He's a 6-time NBA champion and 13-time All-Star and one of the top 50 greatest players in NBA history. And then we have also, like I said earlier, Michael Jordan. Like I said, I've worked with a lot of athletes, not a lot, but the ones that I've worked with that have gotten cut and have wanted to continue to push through, they're all playing college baseball currently. And again, do not let one person dictate your career. There are a lot of options that you can have with this unfortunate happening to enable and push your career and move it on a little bit further. Getting in the weight room is going to be one of the biggest things a lot of these athletes that got cut are going to need to focus on the most. Eating right, getting in the weight room. A lot of the time, athletes get cut at the base minimal level just because of size or ability for strength output, speed output. Maybe you're not fast enough. Maybe you're not strong enough. Maybe it's both of those things. The next step that I would say is definitely going to be to look at what is your ability like. Is this something that you can continue to work on? And 99% of the time, it is. And how willing are you to sacrifice other things to be able to accomplish what you really want to accomplish? There's a question going around, I don't know if anybody else has seen it on like TikTok and Instagram, where it's saying, would you trade your girlfriend in to be able to throw 100 miles an hour? Would you dump her to automatically be able to throw 100? And obviously for anybody that has, a significant other out there, it's one of those where it's like, well, and it's not, I don't think it's actually saying like, would you actually break up your relationship to throw 100? But it's one of those things where, what is your priority right now? For anybody that has been going and, skipping workouts or skipping training or, not doing this, not doing that to hang out with, whether it's a significant other, friends or whatnot, are you willing to sacrifice that time that you've spent elsewhere to getting into the weight room, to getting in and working on what you need to get better at? If you're not willing to sacrifice that, that is then your decision, and that is okay. But now you are not allowing or having one person dictate your career. You are dictating your career. You're saying that my priority isn't to get better to the level which I need to get to. And a lot of the time I'll hear, well, I did do enough. Obviously you didn't. And that's not me trying to be mean. That's just me being honest. That sometimes there are athletes that are just a little bit more gifted to begin with. Maybe they woke up and were born on third base and they're, 6'2", 180 pounds, and they've never lifted a day in their life. It sucks, but you're competing against those style of athletes. And until they get to a point where they have to work at it, they're probably just going to keep coasting. And at some point, they're also going to get the wake-up call saying, hey, you are not good enough to continue. And then they're going to be faced with this challenge. If you are a freshman that is dealing with this, you have so much time. Now, that's not saying that you don't need to work on it now. There needs to be urgency. There needs to be an understanding of, I need to be able to change what I am doing, hopefully, by next fall, by your sophomore year. So that way you can come into school, show your coach like, hey, I got 20 pounds heavier. I'm lifting. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm hitting the ball with a lot more consistency. I'm fielding these ground balls, clean. I'm like a vacuum. I'm throwing hard. I'm quick. I'm fast. That's going to be a decider or a determination factor of what you want. Are you willing again to put in that extra time, that extra effort? Because it's going to take extra. It's not going to take what you've been doing. For you to be a different player, you can't keep doing the same things you've been doing. For you to be a different human being, you can't keep doing the things that you've been doing. Because if you wanted to be someone that is different, yet you keep doing the same things, that's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Don't be insane. Make an adjustment, and if you're not sure what that adjustment is, reach out. Fast_RBI. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, whatever you want to do. Reach out, let me know, ask, what can I be doing different? Or ask the guy that cut you, ask the lady that cut you, whoever ended up cutting you. Ask them, what can I be doing better? What do I need to work on? If this is truly something that you want to do, you're not going to let one person, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people dictate your career. You need to be the one that dictates your career. And if you truly want to be able, whether it's to play in college, play professionally, or just continue and have fun with the buddies, you need to look at the mirror and ask, what could I have done different? And what do I need to do different moving forward? I wish the best for you. I hope that this doesn't change who you are as a human being, rather than make you reevaluate what you need to do as a ball player and then apply that moving forward.